Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Unkie. Today we're doing an analysis of last night's Mirage match where we got fucking annihilated. This is from Clittsy2k's POV. ADR's formidable clutch minister and rifler. And he likes to play B-site. And this is a pretty standard start to his round. He's gonna use a smoke or a Molotov there, and then he jumps from the van to the balcony, and he likes to watch the doorway. So it's pretty obvious we're getting a rush this round. What I would do is Clittsy here if I heard all these like footsteps and the mollies getting extinguished by the smoke and so on, would get probably as tight as possible to this corner, so that you can at least get maybe one kill and then drop straight down underneath the balcony here, so you're not going to die to any extra enemies. But this is a pretty hard fight either way in your position against AKs, but you did almost kill the one guy. So this is another standard B round for Clittsy and Bobby the Builder. Clitsy's gonna go along, throw his utility in apartments, and he kind of delays and takes his time here, and then he goes over to the barrel to jump up. And this is a perfect example of why you don't do that. So the T was there well ahead of Clittsy. And he just pre-aimed that spot because it's a common spot for people to jump peek, and so kind of just had an easy kill there. So I'm going to take you through in-game and show you what the game clock is going to be at up top here when you actually arrive at the end of apartments as a terrorist. So you see 2:15 starting on the clock, and we're gonna run through apps. We'll just see what the game time is at when we get through here. So it's at about 2:03, 2:02. We stopped right here, and that's your reference point for playing as a CT. Basically, it took us like 12, 13 seconds to get to the end of apartment. So if you're not up here after 12 or 13 seconds, then they're going to have an advantage on you if you decide you want to get up here and peek. So we're going to do the same thing now as CT and see what happens. Okay, as with a pretty good B spawn. This is without throwing utility too, by the way, so if you want to throw utility, it's going to attack on an extra couple seconds. And so we landed here at about 2:01, and we're on the van at about 2:02. So we were about a second behind the spawn we had as a terrorist to get right there. So that kind of gives you an idea of how quick you got to be off the start. If you actually want to get up here, you got to do it ASAP. You can't come down here and look around and slow walk backwards to the thing. They'll be out here by the time you make it up if they're rushing. Okay, so I'm a CT and I have a gun. It's a full buy, and I want to defend apartments. So this is actually not a terrible spot if you don't play here every round. The thing is, if they catch you playing here, if they killed you a few times, definitely try and move somewhere else. Even if you're stay. Do a smoke. A little further right, do a smoke. There you go. And this will be fully smoked off. Even just going to the other side of the door, especially if you're a solo B player, you can view cat really easily from here. And you'll know if anybody's coming to apartments, just do a little jiggle peek and then just keep watching cat. You can also do, for more utility usage, instead of just peeking this straight up, just you do a little double click throw here, and it'll pop right in front of the doorway. and that'll blind pretty well anybody looking down to peek you at van, see if you're at van, or you can just do a little high angle right click, and that'll blind anybody in apps. It's just they might see that a little easier. One of the main things you'll see people do is just jump spot. So you don't actually got to stand on van or up on the balcony. You just doing a couple little jumps. Just try to avoid jumping the whole length of the door, because it makes it easy for people to shoot you if you're jumping like that. So just jump at the tail end of it. Then if you catch a glimpse of an enemy, say, oh, terrorist. Just do a little right hand smoke, and then you can play this smoke. There's no worry of them just immediately running out and killing you, because they have to actually push this smoke or get on top of the van, and then that lets you reposition to the back of the site. Wait for your teammates.
Right, lads. We're on.
So if I pretend I'm doing just early round here, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do my molly, and then run to get up on the van as soon as possible if you're going to play van, and then just wait here, wait for the molly to go out, and then I'll do a little smoke. And then just be careful they don't pre-fire that, and if you want to cross over here, or if you're going to start pushing apartments, come in and have a look and wait out your smoke here. And then start jiggling this if you don't think there's any terrorists. I feel like for Clitsy's individual case, you just want to switch up your position a little bit more. Just playing that one spot, like even 50% of the time, it gets too predictable. Even for like new players, they'll get the hang that you're playing there, and they'll expect it every round. You can even switch it up, play back on fence, or play under window. If you got like a shotgun or SMG, that like if they jump out, you just blast them there. Like I said, this smoke is really useful. That'll throw, especially noobs won't know what to do if you drop that smoke. They'll be running through it toward you, and they'll just be free kills, or they might try and jump on top of the van, and those are pretty easy kills. And it lets you get back to back site and wait for some reinforcements, so you can actually help your team and not just die right away. So the longer you stay alive on site, the longer the terrorists are going to be worried about you, and they're not going to plant the bomb right away.